Hi everybody, I'm Nicole from Angel Eyes, and today we have Taylor here.
Hi.
We're going to have a chat to Taylor a little bit about Boudoir, about her experience with Angel Eyes itself, and just a little bit about the whole industry. Before we get started,
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Alright, so I am a young mum of 2 girls that I love absolutely very much. I am also I would say I'm a full-time swim teacher because I've been doing the same job for 5 years in the same industry at Rackley's Kingston.
Yeah.
So I teach anywhere from 3-month-old babies all the way to adults, but I usually specialise in children that have behavioural issues, any sort of ASD issues and stuff like that, because I know how it feels for that parent to sort of go home and ah, and with me being so patient with them, they're like, oh my god, thank you so much for being so patient with them, and that just makes me feel like I've done a really good job at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And stuff. So,
How did you find out about
Okay,
Angel?
so a long time ago,
Once upon a time.
Once upon a time, I actually won a competition on the Mums and Bumps Facebook side when my eldest was 8 months old. We won a little family shoot.
Yeah.
She's now 8 years old. That's how long I've known Mel, and with Angel Eyes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
In the room next door, changing her into little outfits, and I've still got all the pictures and stuff. And Mel's always going to be, ever since how she was with me and with Ellie, into that interaction, I was like, yeah, we found our family photographer.
Yeah.
And stuff. And when she's like, oh, I'm doing boudoir, I was really on the fence with that because I suffer from body dysmorphia.
Yeah.
So I always am in battle with myself, but when I did my first photo shoot back in 2020 with the boudoir, Mel was one of the first people who saw me as me and made me initially start my journey to fall in love with myself again.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
That's lovely. So you've come all the way from family all the way around.
Yeah, all the way around, looking after myself and falling on, myself.
Yeah.
Myself, so.
Yeah. What did you know about boudoir before coming into contact with Angel Eyes? Did you know about it as a concept?
I've heard it through the grapevines and stuff, through movies and songs and stuff and I was like, I don't even know how to spell boudoir.
Neither did I. That's
so I can't even I'm not French, but but once Mel was broke it down for me and stuff, because I did try to do a little sneaky research when she brought up the idea and stuff like that, and I was looking at it and was like, ooh, that's a bit much. But when she's like, oh, you don't have to go the full Monty and stuff that. We can work yourself into it, and I actually got to the point, I was so comfortable with it, I actually did a full frontal and stuff like that with my pants on. I was like, yes, I love it. So
it's amazing, because I remember when I first came in mine, they were like, do you want to do implied or full nude? And I was like, first time, maybe I'll just do the lingerie for now, and we'll graduate up to that later. But
they just sort of con you into it, but in a really relaxing way. Yeah. So
you make the decision yourself, but also over here
it's come on, yeah. They're the little devil advocate on your shoulder. Yeah. And then once you say yes to it, it's that was the best choice I made to help with my confidence. So,
and that's what it's all about, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Feeling beautiful.
Absolutely, and because everyone has a chance to feel beautiful. Whether you're the girl or the boy in this situation, even the men. Hold your king up high and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Make him feel like he's worth it and stuff. And that's why I brought my partner in to do for our anniversary and stuff like that. Because I'm he's like me, really body sort of cautious and stuff like that. So I was like, nah, you're my king, I'm going to hold you up high and stuff like that. So it make me feel beautiful
also,
every day.
so many props.
So many props.
That
I
makes me
can't wait
happy.
for you guys to see.
So, what got you interested in boudoir? Was it just hearing that Mel and Gabe were moving over to do that style, or?
I've always been pushing myself to sort of push myself out of that comfort zone and stuff like that. And when I did it, I was still a little bit, I'm still a little bit uncomfortable and stuff like that. And I tried to do it for my partner at the time and stuff like that, for like a Christmas present and stuff like that. Turns out it's just going to be a present for me. Just so I can adore every time I've got my photos beautifully displayed in like the home and stuff. And I'm, every time I look, like feel down and stuff like that, I'm always like looking at my, albums and stuff like that. I'm like, look, this me, I'm so pretty.
Yeah.
Especially because like even now, like obviously like this is a wig and stuff. I suffer from stress-induced alopecia, so my hair does fall out. So it's very short at the moment. You'll see them in some of the photos. I'm not going to tell you which ones. Spoilers. So yeah, but wigs just give me a new personality to play with.
So was the final push to actually do your first solo session, was the final push for that really just to be able to do that for yourself and to be able to kind of prove to yourself that you could do it? Or?
Yeah, so it's one of those things where someone tells you no, you can't do it, and you have that voice inside your head. I'm going to prove you wrong. Like, I'm going to be that confident woman. Yeah. I might not feel it, but you're going to look back on those photos and you're going to see 100% confidence in me.
Yes.
But absolutely, once you see those photos, you're going to see a completely different person. Yeah. And I have had my friends go, holy damn, I cannot believe that is you.
That's amazing.
Yeah, they're like, you look amazing. So
that's brilliant. I feel like it's so important to see kind of yourself from the outside sometimes too, and understand what other people are seeing that may not necessarily be the same as how you view yourself.
Yeah, especially with that body dysmorphia.
Do you have, of either of your sessions, do you have a favourite moment?
I think like with today, I think just like when Mel's trying to like position us, what she's thinking, she's like, just hold still, and Tom and I just have to like stand there like robots, and we have this thing, we'll stare each other in the eyes and we'll try to make each other laugh, just like to break that moment. And he tries to get me so good, but I've done 8 years of drama at school.
You're ready for
they're
this.
all like, oh my god, she is not breaking, hey, and he is throwing everything at me. And I just had to do like one thing, and he was like, I was like, I win!
Mine.
Victory is mine!
Were you, especially for your solo session, were you concerned with having a male photographer?
I was a little caught off guard because I didn't know Dave as well as I knew Mel. Yeah. And stuff like that. But when Mel's like, oh, you can add him as a friend, you can ask him any sort of questions and stuff like that. And I think my partner at the time was like a bit concerned having a male there. Yeah. And I was like, no, I trust Mel, so that means like I can trust Dave 100%. Yeah. And when I came in, I was really nervous, making sure my wig at the time was like sitting okay. I was really, really like nervous with it, and just talking to them for like 5 minutes and stuff like that. It's like instant like, familiar.
This is fine.
This is fine. Like, just take a big breath, let all that nonsense go, and just have fun. I've got some like photos of like my first session of just like me just caught in the moment, absolutely just enjoying the moment. Yeah. And that was one of the pictures that I'm like, I have to have that one, because that is a rare photo of me actually genuinely laughing and smiling and having fun. Yeah. So yeah, that's one of my favorites.
Those always turn out a lot better than you think that they will.
Yeah.
Like in my session as well, there was a few times where like Jake made a joke and then took the photo.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, it's gonna be horrible.
I'm gonna have like a double chin. I'm gonna have like a pig nose.
Yeah.
My eyes gonna be like all like weird. But no, they're very good. They're really good at capturing those moments and stuff like that. And sometimes I'll set up those moments. Sometimes those moments just randomly appear. It's definitely been an interesting journey, but I wouldn't regret it.
Yeah.
And I definitely will be back.
Yeah.
Whether it's me on my own or whether I drag my partner in again. I'll probably drag him in again.
Yeah, yeah. Got more props to
we've got so much more. And it's not the type of props that you might be thinking.
No, it's not.
Get your mind out of there. We're watching you. But yeah, no, I'll definitely come back again and again and again. Like every time I'm finished paying it off, it'll be like a tattoo. Like once I finish paying it off,
right, we go for another one then. Yeah.
So and being a part of the boudoir community and seeing the other women like shine and look so gorgeous, it's just sort of, it's like they've helped put my crown back on.
Yeah.
And it's like we're all here together as a big community, and that's what I love about it. It's such a safe space. We can all have fun, and we can we can post up our photos and stuff, and we don't have to worry about like those stupid comments and those weird comments and stuff. It's all uplifting, and I was like, oh my god, yay!
Because I think I've spoken about it a bit in the past, but I feel like it's very much communities like the Angel Lights Divas and those sort of communities. I feel like because everyone's there for somewhat similar reasons, it fosters a lot of support in there because everyone's like, when I put my images out, when I get them back, I want to be told that these are as beautiful as they think they are as well. So everyone's getting on board and they're like, yeah, no, you're correct. It looks great. I don't like the validation, but sometimes I need it. And so for your own journey, where did these sessions, your solo one, it's one kind of slot in amongst that? Obviously, it's always an ongoing thing, learning to like love yourself and self-care and everything like that. Yeah. But where did those sessions sit in amongst your overall journey?
I think it reminds me to sort of take a step back out of my busy life and stuff. I'm always on my feet, whether it's at work or at the gym or running after my kids, doing all the extracurricular activities, trying to find time for myself. There's just proof like I do have that sort of time to sort of make it about me. Yeah. Or make it about me and my partner and stuff like that. Just have it might be a couple of hours, but these are the hours that we're going to cherish forever, you know, and once we see those moments captured, we're just going to come back to this
Do you post your boudoir images online? And if so, why or why not?
Okay, so I post some. I've got family on there that don't need to see that side of me, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. If I have friends that do want to see all of them, I will bring my album along and they will go through it and they will comment and they'll love it and stuff like that. I reckon it is a good idea to post, even if it's just one of them. Yeah. Just say, hey, I did a thing. I got out of my comfort zone.
You haven't seen the photos from the couples section yet, obviously, because it just happened.
Yeah.
What?
They showed me a few little sneak peeks that were just to die for.
Yeah.
We've made a few. I don't think that they're brand new, but we've made some different changes around some poses and stuff like that to fit in with our theme.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Alternative
poses and stuff like that, having like a little bit of fun. so I think I've seen like 3 images out of all of them that we did, and we did so many.
Yeah.
Like it's going to be so hard to choose. Like that's always like the hardest part is just trying to find out like which one do I choose? So,
from your solo session, do you have a favourite photo from that?
It would probably, I think it's probably like my silhouette one. It's a black and white one where I'm sort of like this, and you can just see like my body, either that or it's gonna be one of the pictures of my bum.
Yes.
The photo shoots have made me fall in love with my bum. I always thought that I had like the weirdest looking butt. And then seeing it on like a professional camera, I'm like, oh, it's actually a perky little plum. I like that. It's a little peach.
Yeah.
I look at the photos, I'm like, I just want to give myself a little tushy squeeze because I like my bum. You can tell Mel that, like, once I saw the photos and compare them to like a full body or like the body where it's showing my bum, you can tell like 90% of the pictures that I picked was of my bum, because it was like, I love that. That is just become my new favorite asset. It used to be my most hated asset.
We love a good Sunday Fun Day.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it, you know.
Why do you think boudoir is important?
I think it is very important for people who are like me that don't usually see themselves as pretty, or, you know, everyone's gonna look at me going, oh, what are you doing? You're gorgeous. This is makeup, people. This is not my face. I wish this was my face.
Makeup just enhances beauty.
Exactly. I find it helps identify you in a different setting, in a setting where you've never sort of seen yourself before, and just bring out that instant love, that life and that energy that you never thought that you had, that you thought you lost that years ago before you had kids and stuff like that, and all that. It's just a good reason to see a different version of you from an outside's perspective.
Yeah.
Because you always look that good to other people.
Yeah.
Our eyes just don't like ourselves, you know. We see ourselves as this and that. We're always picking at the imperfections, whereas boudoir, they take those imperfections and they turn that going, well, no, well, me and my legs and my bum, I was like, I'm not a fan of my lower half, you know, it's all face for me. But once they brought it out and showed me their beauty,
yeah,
I was like, oh my God. I'm like, what trickery is that with that camera? And they're like, no, we just took that with the lighting. That's not even edited whatsoever. That's just you. I was like,
oh my God,
get out. Like, that is a magic camera. What sorcery is this?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's very important to see an outsider's perspective of how you should feel every day.
Yeah.
You know?
What would you say to someone who is contemplating doing a session?
I would definitely say give yourself that extra push that you need. Whether it's you physically, whether you're like me that needed that friend to have that extra push, whether it's seeing the photos on Facebook, whether it's Mel or Dave telling me, you know, what they can do for you and stuff. Let that be a confidence booster, and let them bring out that inner goddess in you and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's an amazing feeling.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Definitely worth it.
absolutely.
Would you recommend Angel Eyes to someone?
Absolutely. I always do. And when everyone's like, oh, I'm looking for a family photographer, or I'm looking for a solo photographer, I was like, bam, Mel or Dave.
I know somebody.
I know someone, they're really good, and they do payment details, they do this, they do that. You bring whatever you want with it, they don't care. You know, they're so cool and relaxed, and they're like, yeah, I'll check it out.
Well, that's all of the questions that I have for you. Thank you so much for answering. Do you have anything else to add before we wrap up?
Always make sure, like, when you come to the session, like, bring you. Nothing else. Bring you. And I mean that, like, bring your attitude, bring your mind, bring your personality into, like, any of your shots and stuff like that. You will thank yourself for it.
Yes. Perfect. Amazing. All right. Well, that was Taylor. Been chatting to her for a very long time.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to edit this video down so much because we have chatted quite a lot. But it was absolutely a pleasure having a chat to you and hearing about your experience and your journey and everything in relation to that Angel Eyes. So thank you.
No worries. Such a pleasure.